Hey, Travis Waits here, and today we're going to talk about the differences between those folks that are within the helping profession and what's going to best serve you and what you're looking for your goal. So we're going to start on the far side of the spectrum. Those that are really experts, we're going to talk about psychiatrists. Now, psychiatrists are those people that are medical doctors. They actually go to school more intensely than just getting an academic degree. It's an actual medical doctorate. So they learn all about everything just like your general practitioner would, but they specialize primarily on the chemistry and what goes on within the brain. And that's how they can prescribe certain medications. Well, it's to help regulate mood, to help with anxiety, depression, all sorts of things. So if you're interested in thinking if medication might be a resource for you, definitely want to talk to a psychiatrist. The other subset of that would be a psychiatric nurse practitioner. It's a mouthful to say, but they may not have as much schooling, but they do specialize only on the chemistry for medication related to the brain. Now, the other side of that, next step up from that, I would say, would be a psychologist. Now, I don't want to offend my psychologist colleagues and friends that are out there, but there's a wide spectrum of psychologists. So there's those that are forensic psychologists, those that are sports psychologists, those that are who get a psychology degree in education, all kinds of things. So psychology is a very broad discipline. At the basis of a lot of counseling, therapy, psychiatry is principles from psychology. So psychology essentially, in general, it's going to be something that is going to guide folks and has a broad understanding of human behavior. It's a doctorate degree in the sense that it's an academic degree. Can't prescribe medication per se, not in every state, but most of the time, if you need some sort of assessment done to get evaluated, a psychologist is someone that you're going to want to talk to. And many psychologists specialize their practice in certain disciplines. So always good to check them out as well. Now, therapists, on the other hand, generally drill down to a very specific area of expertise, such as a marriage and family therapist. They're experts in family systems, understand that the individual lives within a context of relationships, and so you can't just take the individual out of that. You got to consider the whole system. They really drill down on what those relationships mean. So that's what a marriage and family therapist would do. Now, a counselor, many counselors, just like psychologists, also drill down and specialize in certain areas and topics. But counselors in general are generalists. They can help with just about anything that's on that therapy or counseling spectrum. Now, therapists and counselors, those terms get interchanged a lot within the mental health field, and that's fine. They are unique disciplines, but they're not that different. So if you need help dealing with trauma or something from the past, some of the things that are heavier that you go through in life, you definitely want to check out a counselor or a therapist. Now, a life coach or an executive coach, the whole personal coaching and professional development world is very productive as well, and it's separate and distinct from counseling. It's not counseling, actually. It has there are some familiar things that they may cross over, but the key difference for anyone interested in checking out a counselor versus a coach is counselors and therapists are going to focus on the past, and there's definitely a time and place for that. Going through some history of family dysfunction, overcoming childhood trauma, abuse, things like that, you're definitely going to want to engage at the hands of a therapist or a counselor. That's my personal opinion. Now, a coach is someone that's going, whether they call themselves a life coach, a professional development coach, an executive coach, a business coach, whatever that is. Anyone who uses the title of a coach in the personal development realm is going to be focused on your strengths and focused on the future. They're not going to engage so much in the past. They may, get to know that just because they want to know a bit about who you are, but it's more about forward-looking, based off of your strengths and what are your goals. How can we improve what's working and make that better? So a lot of people, frankly, don't need counseling or therapy. It's not going to be a benefit to them. What they do benefit from is a helpful relationship that's based off of goals with someone that's going to help hold them accountable, and that's where a coach comes into play. So it's structured. The relationship with a coach is a professional one, and it's something that has the benefit of the client in mind, but it's always focused on the future and always forward looking. So we just went through a few different disciplines, the coach, forward looking, very strengths based, action oriented, goals focused, to a counselor or a therapist that can drill down to specific areas of need within a person or a family or a couple's life, all the way to a psychiatrist who's going to prescribe medications. For these and other tips, hope this was helpful. Please join me on my website, traviswaits.com.